It is a beautiful night at the ballpark, an authentic fan night here on NBC Sports Chicago as the Cubs host the Philadelphia Phillies. It is game 2 of a 3-game set. The visitors a 6-1 winner in the opener last night. Great to have you with us as always, Jim DeShays and Len Casper. Good news for the Cubs. The Brewers already lost today in Cleveland, so a game and a half out, and they turn the ball over to Jose Quintana.
Yeah, and Quintana coming off a very good start last time out in New York against the Mets. It's been an up and down year for him. He has struggled here in his home ballpark, has an ERA above 6 here at home. But Thursday in New York, 6 shutout innings from Quintana, really attacked the strike zone through first pitch strikes about 90% of the time. He better be good tonight. He's up against Aaron Nola, who has turned into one of the elite pitchers in all of baseball. He has the 3rd best ERA in the National League.
Still no Addison Russell in the lineup. He is listed as day-to-day as Jose Quintana goes for his 7th win here in 2018. Game 2 of the series. The Cubs hosting the Phillies next.
Check out our entire lineup at your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Menards. Save big money at Menards. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
It is Cubs Authentic Fan Night here on NBC Sports Chicago. Share your photos with us all game long using the hashtag AuthenticFan, and it may be shown later on in tonight's broadcast. Beautiful night. Phillies and Cubs game 2. Left-hander Jose Quintana looking for his 7th win. And here's how the Phillies stack up offensively, brought to you by Southwest. Pretty much the same lineup we saw last night. All 9 starters last night had a hit as they scored 6 runs. Hernandez, Herrera, and Kingery at the top. Santana, Altair, and Williams in the middle. Nick Williams with a game-winning home run in the opener. Franco, Alfaro, and Nola will round it out.
Cubs defensively, Schwarber left, Almora center, Hayward right. Brian Baez, Obers Rizzo third to first. Wilson Contreras behind the plate. And our Lexus Experience amazing starting pitcher for the Cubs tonight is Jose Quintana. The 29-year-old left-hander is making his 12th start. 6-4 with a 4.30 earned run average. Fastball, curve, and change. And to put 2 really good ones together, it's been typically a good one followed by a bad one for Jose so far this year as he continues to search for consistency.
Nick Carpazza will work the plate tonight. Nick Marley is at first base. Jerry Lane, the crew chief, at second, and Jordan Baker is over at third. Matinee tomorrow, and then the Pirates come in on Friday for the weekend.
Jose faced 22 Mets in his last start, threw strike 1 to 18 of them. So worked from in front, had a good curveball. Fastball command was outstanding. Everything was good. And he went 6 shutout innings, allowed 3 hits, a couple of walks, struck out 6. Made a start against the Phillies last year and didn't go particularly well. Suffered a loss, allowed 6 runs in 5 innings.
Away we go. Cesar Hernandez takes a little low for ball 1. Hernandez, a switch hitter, shows bunt, and the pitch is inside on a fastball at 93. 68 degrees, an east breeze at 5 miles an hour. It was 55 at game time.
Yeah, we'll have no more of that, please. That was kind of ugly. Beautiful night tonight. He kind of finds the zone after 2-0. Hernandez is a disciplined hitter. He takes a lot of walks. Rarely goes out of the zone.
As a group, the Phillies are pretty patient. And it's 3-1. Talking with Jim Hickey before the game, the Cubs pitching coach talked about being aggressive. So Jose is at his best. And he's pumping that strike zone. Bryant still in at third. On a 3-1 swing and a miss.
Likes to work inside to right-handed hitters with a fastball. That's the one he commands better, the glove side as opposed to the arm side fastball.
Lefty turns and fires, and that's a leadoff walk to Hernandez.
That's the old, you've thrown him a lot of fastballs, so you want to get a little something extra on it, and you've come out of your mechanics a little bit, overthrow and misfire.
That'll bring up Odubel Herrera. 1 for 4 plus a walk, scored a run last night.
Hernandez is a threat to run. He's their best base stealer. He's stolen 10. He's tried 12 times.
We'll get out of play. For strike 1.
Phillies don't run a lot, but Hernandez is certainly a threat. As a team, the Phillies batting just .233 against left-handed pitching. So Herrera's doing a pretty good job.
Leadoff man has reached. And the 0-1 to Herrera misses wide. And the curveball, 1-1. The home road split's pretty drastic for Jose. I don't think they necessarily mean anything.
No, I would think they would start to level out overtime.
226 on the road, 666 at home.
Devilish. Got a good pickoff move. And Hernandez, reputation since he's been in the big leagues is that he is prone to make mistakes on the bases.
You say working very deliberately here in the first inning. Awkward swing by Herrera.
What was that? That was an afterthought swing. Big old leg kick.
Well, weird note. Now that it's 1-2, opposing hitters have swung at just over 48% of his two-strike offerings this season. Among all qualified starting pitchers, that's the lowest. And I think that gets back to Jim Hickey's point about maintaining his aggressiveness and not doing 1-2 to 3-2 or 0-2 to 3-2. Continue to be on the attack even when you get ahead in the count. Check swing foul into the Cubs dugout.
Yeah, well, the last two swings from Herrera looks like he's not seeing it really well. You never know, but a real awkward pass and a little half swing at that elevated fastball.
Not a big lead by Hernandez. And the 1-2 is hit into right for the first base hit of the ball game. So the Phillies have the first two men on.
So maybe that's why the ugly swings at the fastball. Maybe Herrera was just sitting on a curveball and finally got one and put a real good swing on this one. Third time's the charm. Couple ugly swings, and this time foot down, hands back. Curveball stays in the zone, and he rifles it into right field. Early trouble here for Quintana.
That brings up the rookie Scott Kingery playing shortstop. J.P. Crawford was activated off the DL today. He is a left-handed hitter. So he's on the bench tonight. Coming back from an elbow issue and a swing and a miss.
Kingery off to a slow start offensively, but he's got a lot of talent. He hit 26 home runs last year in the minor leagues, split between AA and AAA.
He had a busy but uneventful night on defense at short, and that's a compliment. Looked real smooth out there defensively in game one. Takes a strike on a curve. It's 0-2.
It's just obviously an interesting time in this ball game right out of the chute with a couple of men on base up against Aaron Nola, who's been lights out this year. You could lose this ball game in the first inning.
One and two.
Little attention getter up and in. Now he has options. Sinker down and away. He could double up inside with the fastball.
First two men have reached on a walk and a single. Quintana 1-2 on Kingery.
Kingery doesn't walk much. He's a young player. He's got a man in scoring position. He's probably looking to swing the bat here, and maybe Quintana can exploit that and to chase something.
Here it comes, and he fouled it. Big crowd once again tonight. We had over 40,000 at Wrigley Field last night. Zobrist trying to keep Hernandez honest at second. Line to Bryant and nowhere to throw it as the runners are back safely. Kingery just angrily flips his bat. So that was a loud first out, but a big one for Quintana.
Yeah, solid contact now. Two strike breaking balls. The base hit by Herrera. Now this line drive by Kingery.
Actually, I guess he didn't throw the bat. It was how he dropped it.
He discarded it. The Phillies had a pretty good game plan last night against Kyle Hendricks. Nick Williams in particular, who hit the 2-run homer to get the scoring started. They may be keying in on this breaking pitch from Jose here tonight.
Carlos Santana walked twice, doubled, picked up an RBI, scored a run. His last 28 games, got a .993 OPS. These guys have matched up quite a bit. They used to be in the same division in the American League Central. Santana with 47 career plate appearances. And against Quintana has hit just 186 with 1 home run. And without getting that call, 1-2. So he's been 1-2 on the last 3 hitters. Herrera singled. Kingery lined out to third.
Santana hangs in there. He's got a real keen eye.
On the ground, charged by Baez. The flip to Zobrist. Not in time to first. That would have been a great turn on a ball that was not hit very hard. The Cubs will make sure the call is correct.
Yeah, certainly worth a chat with the boys in the video room, as the long underhand toss to Zobrist from Baez may have been the difference in that bang-bang play at first.
No challenge coming. So first and third. And the batter is Aaron Altair. He knocked in a pair last night. Takes the curve low.
Despite that, not a lot of damage from Altair this year. He's been mired, is what he has been. He's been mired in a season-long slump with that 184 batting average.
22nd pitch of the inning coming up.
Those last 2 breaking balls, those are the ones you want to throw with 2 strikes, as opposed to the one that stayed in the zone. He's a $190 against Southpaws. Spin to win.
Yeah, threw him another one.
He hit 272 last year. 19 home runs, had an OPS of 856. A bit of a breakout year.
Altair has an 11-game strikeout streak. And the count now full. Deep counts here in the first inning for Quintana. He's trying to get out of it with no damage. At first, Santana will go here. 3-2, 2 outs. Rizzo playing well off the line. Call strike 3 and a fastball. He had to work for it. But the Phillies strand a couple. Cubs coming up against right-hander Aaron Nola when we come back. Zach Eflin was the first opposing starter to go more than 7 innings against the Cubs this season. They're going to try to do some damage early against Aaron Nola tonight. Zobrist, Hayward, Bryant, followed by Rizzo, Contreras, and Schwarber. Baez at short again with Russell still day-to-day. Almora in center. Quintana, the pitcher, hitting ninth.
Hey, they fighting Phils defensively. They look like this. Herrera looked a little shaky out in center field last night. He's back out there again tonight. Williams and Altair flank him. Franco, Kingery, Hernandez, Santana on the infield. Alfaro solid behind the plate and shutting down the running game. And Aaron Nola is the Lexus Experience amazing starting pitcher for the Phillies. This guy is across the board having an outstanding year. 12 starts, 7-2 with a 2.18. He's got 3+ pitches, good movement. Fastball that can reach 96. Good curve and change. Outstanding command.
The leadoff man is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If Ben Zobrist gets a hit here, Benny's donates $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Yeah, I said recently in previewing this series, Aaron Nola might be, and we can define it however we wish, the most underrated starter in the league.
Likely will be an all-star. He's allowed 2 or fewer runs in 10 of his 12 starts. League batting .201 against him. He's allowed just 4 home runs.
Ball strike 3 to get Zobrist.
He'll throw both 4- and 2-seam fastballs, but he really mixes things up. He uses his secondary pitches a lot, and they're both really good. Gets a lot of chases on the curveball and the changeup. Former first-round pick out of LSU. That was back in 2014. And here's a good tight breaking ball that locks up Zoe.
He turned 25 on Monday. He was the Phillies opening day starter. And now faces Jason Hayward. He's batting second in the Cubs lineup for the 6th consecutive game. Come off a terrific road trip, went 1 for 4 in the opener. Couple of bounces. Nice backhanded play by Santana and a perfect feed to Nola.
Yeah, tricky hop, nice play by the big fella. And that's the other thing Nola does. He gets a lot of balls on the ground, too. That contributes to that low home run rate.
Chris Bryant was drafted 5 years ago today by the Chicago Cubs. Interesting CBSSports.com piece. Mike Exissa about the 2013 draft and which picks worked out and which ones didn't.
I'm assuming he liked the Chris Bryant pick.
Yeah, he's got him as #1 on the list. Swing and a miss.
Nasty curveball there. Well, the Cubs have had a lot of luck at the first round of the draft in recent years. A lot of familiar names there from 11 through 15. Little and Lang last year, and congratulations to Nico Horner, the Cubs' first pick this year.
Top 5 on that list are all currently with the team. Nola races through the first inning. We are scoreless after 1. On PlayStation View.
And we want to wish our good friend Bob Rohrman a speedy recovery, so we see him back soon here at Wrigley Field. Get well, Bob.
Quintana to Williams. And a first pitch strike. Nick Williams worked a pretty impressive at bat against Kyle Hendricks in the second inning last night. Ended up cranking a go-ahead and ultimately game-winning 2-run homer, and he's having an issue with some debris in his eye.
Could be a deke. Won't fall for it, Q. Yeah, he laid off some change-ups and got himself into a fastball count on 3-1, and then hit one into the seats.
He hits this ball on the ground to the shortstop. Baez, off-balance throw right on the mark for the out.
Well, good start for Quintana here in the second after working hard to get through that first inning. He'd like to have a nice, quick, efficient, economical second.
Mikel Franco, the third baseman. First pitch hit hard on the ground. It's Baez again, this time in the outfield grass.
Not exactly working the count here in the second.
catcher Alfaro.
Alfaro's got some power. He's a guy you can get out of the zone. He chases a lot of pitches off the plate.
They say the wind is always a factor here at Wrigley Field, and when it does not blow, it's noticeable. And right now, it's as calm as you'll ever see it here at Wrigley.
Stuff looks good tonight for Q. The fastball's got some zip. The bite on the breaking ball looks good.
On its way. And it pegs the inside corner. It's 1-2. Tyler Chatwood starts tomorrow.
Elevated heater or breaking ball down. Chatwood and Nick Pivetta, the most likelies for tomorrow's afternoon ball game.
Yeah, to get that joke, you had to be watching last night. We throw in a couple of those a game.
We want to reward our loyal every nighters.
Alfaro needs a second. 29-year-old lefty coming back on a 2-2. Called strike 3 on the inside. That's the second inning he needed, and has now retired 6 in a row. 0-0 early.
Hats off for heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Hey, Cubs fans, nobody tops your passion. Nothing beats the experience of Cubs baseball inside beautiful Wrigley Field. Be a part of it all season long. Everybody in. Tickets are still available for tomorrow and Friday afternoon's games. Get your tickets now at Cubs.com. Cubs bat in inning number 2. Rizzo, Contreras, and Schwarber to face Aaron Nola in his second career start here at Wrigley Field. First in almost 3 calendar years.
Anthony over his last 12 games batting .390, .519 on base. Walks way up, strikeouts way down.
Changeup hit on the ground foul. So that start July 26, 2015, he went 7 2/3 to get his first career win. It was his second career start. And what I remember about that series was the Cole Hamels no-hitter, but the fact that the Cubs got swept, right? And it was after that weekend, the Cub fans were really nervous. And then they were like the best team in the National League the rest of the season. It's kind of when their low point in the middle of the year, and it ended up not really meaning anything. Ended up grabbing one of the wild card spots. The rest is history, and that ball might be history. Deep to right, off the board. 1-0 in the second.
Say hi, big fella. That was an impressive swing of the bat. Nola elevates the fastball, and that is the first home run he's allowed to a left-handed batter this year. It's number 9 for Big Riz. And we're trying to crowd him, and when he's locked in, he's quick. He can get to that high fastball. And no doubt Nola and Alfaro stunned at the result of that pitch, because that's a pitch I'm sure he gets a lot of weak contact with. This was hardly weak, and it's our forward home run replay. And it's a 1-0 Cub lead.
Deep to left. And Williams can't make the grab. Contreras will have a double. And Williams might be injured. He went really hard into the wall. And looks like he's okay. Might be scraped up a bit.
It's a sloppy breaking ball this time, whereas the Rizzo home run pitch can be an effective pitch. The hanging curveball almost never works. Contreras puts a charge in it. Williams can't make the play, and then into the ivy he goes.
Kyle Schwarber batting 6th. 1 for 2 last night, double, sack, bunt, and a walk. And foul. He's put together a terrific first half.
Got the shift on for him. 3 on the right side. Looked like he was trying to shoot that the other way. Hernandez, the second baseman, out in shallow right. Ground ball to the right side would at least advance Contreras to third, but he's looking for more. He wants to drive this run home.
Missed off the outside corner. Nola was taken 3 picks after Schwarber in the 2014 draft. Speaking of Nola, we want to send out best wishes to one of the biggest Cub fans out there who watches us every night, Nola Daughtry.
Having a nice night, Nola.
I love this Aaron Nola. I think of New Orleans. He is from Louisiana, but he's from Baton Rouge, not Nola.
Baton Rouge, don't you know?
There's 1-2. Way high.
He's given up 2 hits tonight. He allowed just 2 hits in 7 innings last time. And the start before that, he allowed only 1 hit in 6 2/3.
Strike 3.
The ongoing saga of the Kyle Schwarber rung up on the borderline pitch. It's a byproduct of the fact that he's very patient, has a good eye. He's looking for something he can do some damage on. Doesn't go out of the zone very much, but he does get rung up on a lot of borderline pitches.
That brings up Javi Baez.
4 years ago, it was Dexter Fowler. Seemingly was the guy. Which is just on or just off the edge, seemed to always go against him.
Baez hits a ground ball fair. And first, safe. Contreras advances. So Franco's throw was low, and Santana couldn't handle it. Be charged with an error.
Yeah, the ball was hit sharply. He had plenty of time, just made a bad throw. Santana couldn't bail him out. The Phillies do not rate well in the advanced defensive metrics. They made a lot of errors to begin with, but in terms of defensive efficiency and defensive runs saved, they're at or near the bottom of the league.
Let's see if the Cubs can take advantage here. And this is a big at bat for Almora with the pitcher Quintana on deck. Baez will be held by Santana at first. That deflects off Nola. They'll get one. And they'll get them both.
I don't know if he got back there.
Was his foot on the bag? Nick Marley says it was. If so, the inning is over.
Will Venable immediately pointing to the dugout. Almora just taking his guard off and returning to the bag. He thinks he's safe, so I think he's safe here. And boy, that's hard to tell, but I don't think Santana got back there. I think he came off. This is, for my money, definitely worth challenging.
No, they will not. So his foot was on the bag. Yep, they got it right. It was on the bag the first time, not the second. And that would have meant a run had he been off the base. Rizzo's homer makes it 1-0 Cubs after 2.
This Friday, June 8th, is my sister's birthday. Also, the Cubs play the Pirates that day at 1:20, and up to the first 5,000 early arriving adults 21 and older in the Budweiser bleachers receive a Cubs neon tank top presented by Budweiser. Get there early. For details, visit Cubs.com/Fridays. Now I know what I'm getting my sister for her birthday. You never have too many neon tanks.
Nola will lead it off. I'm not exactly sure where that liner hit him off the bat of Almora. It turned into a double play to end the frame.
I thought he got gloved.
Well, he's fortunate if that's the case.
His hand a little bit. Yeah, so a 1-6-4-3 double play. He really gave up a lot of hard contact in that inning. Very lucky he got out of that, allowing just a 1.
One more look. You're right. You can't hurt leather.
Yeah.
Well, 1 out of 22 on the year. Waits on a 1-2 pitch and he fouls it out of play.
This whole pitching business, it's all about keeping the ball off the barrel of the bat. Quintana pretty good when he's on his game at running it in under the handle of these right-handed hitters.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the Chicago Cubs into your X1 voice remote and get live team stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. Jake Arrieta will not pitch in the series. Nice tribute to him on the left field video board in the game last night. Stream of staff and front office people from the Cubs today went over to say hi to Jake during batting practice. He said hi to most of the players yesterday. Just missed inside. 1-2 on Hernandez.
Yeah, good execution though, away, and then shoots for that inside corner. And go change piece.
Hernandez lays off 2-2. Back to the changeup.
I mentioned this first time he was up there. Real good idea in the batter's box. He doesn't go out of the zone much at all.
Three consecutive strikeouts now for Quintana. 4 on the night.
3 of the 4 looking, and after a couple of changeups, he goes with the fastball. And it's kind of like a little backdoor cutting fastball right over the outside corner. Last time he tried to overthrow that pitch and ended up walking him.
Whipped in the right. Herrera's 2 for 2. His 3rd hit of the series.
First time
bring up Kingery.
He got a 2-strike curveball this time. Jumps on that first heater.
You've talked about this in the past. You a little surprised more guys don't play the guessing game?
Yeah, I think a lot of guys. I mean, they say they don't guess, they play hunches. They sit the kind of percentage like I'm 70-30 fastball here.
Right.
And it's like, especially against some of the better arms in the game, the guys that can really light it up, you have to guess. You have to kind of sell out, look for a certain pitch in certain situations. But the 0-0 breaking pitch is the one that I think, and I'm a little bit surprised that guys don't look for that more often.
Kingery tried to bunt, and he bunted it foul. Jose Flores chatting with Anthony Rizzo at first.
The game has changed, over the years, and different clubs have different philosophies back in the day, and I think it still holds true for most managers and hitting coaches. The 3-hole hitter, and again, Kingery's a young kid with not a lot of experience. The 2 outs and a man on first, you'd prefer him trying to drive the ball, and he does have power. So instead of bunting for a hit, especially he's got the platoon advantage with a lefty on the mound, I would want him swinging. Always with the caveat, though, that you don't know exactly what a player's feeling on any given night. Sometimes you question a guy's motives. Well, why is he bunting in that situation? Only to find out later on, man, I just wasn't seeing the ball well off of him. I'm just trying to do something to keep the line moving. As a general rule, 3-hole hitter, 2 outs, man on first, you want him swinging.
Kingery strikes out. All the outs were punch outs. Former Cub, former Philly, Doug Glanville is with us tonight. We'll chat with him when we come back. Aaron Nola, Doug Glanville is with us tonight. And Doug, you have some more information on the Phillies right-hander.
Yeah, I mean, I had a chance to see Aaron Nola way back when he was a freshman at LSU, and the reputation preceded him. This is a guy that is calm under pressure, ice water in his veins, so to speak, but also had tremendous command and poise right since his freshman year.
Strike on the pitcher, Jose Quintana.
You know, so when you look at these numbers, this is college, 7 walks in 89 2/3 innings his first year, and the high strikeout total. So he was always a command guy, and then the velocity started to develop a little later. But you can see there the location. Part of his key is that first pitch. It's not sort of a get me over pitch. He locates right out of the gate. So even when we see a guy like this who has great command on secondary pitches, you can't just get up there and say, well, attack him early.
Man, oh man, right on cue. That was nasty.
Right, so when you look at the sequencing, like Zobrist on that 2-strike pitch, he can work in this backdoor curveball. So he goes in there. Now where he gets in trouble, like any pitcher, is he elevated and leaped over the plate, and Rizzo made him pay. And then the curveball to Contreras was up in the zone. So like any time a major league pitcher is not locating, these hitters make him pay. But he's been a guy from pitch one, has been making high competitive pitches. Really, the location has been very sharp from one pitch to the next.
There's a curveball for a strike. Doug, I want to ask you about the Phillies, and if you thought, and if people in Philadelphia thought they were ready to kind of take this next step this soon with a first-year manager.
Yeah, well, I think there's certainly a lot of surprise at the level, and Kapler came in, and by the way, he was not really that popular the first couple of days. Analytics, unorthodox style, sort of. The fans were like, well, what is all this stuff? We wanted just guys who play hard. He's talking about, FIP and all these other statistical categories.
Strikes out Zobrist.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
So Kapler had to kind of work his way, but of course the winning started to come. And when you see Nola, this guy, look at the tumble on this changeup. These are just part of his secondary pitches. That's the pitch that's taken advanced in leaps and bounds for Nola. He throws it at any count, and he has the confidence. He saw it, 1-0 counts, doesn't matter. He's going to throw that changeup, and it looks exactly like his fastball with that sort of sidearm delivery. And so that type of developmental curve has been advancing for a lot of these players with the Phillies. You see Herrera. So there's talent here that's now put it together fairly quickly.
Jason Hayward bounces one to third. Franco made an error earlier, makes the play this time. Thanks, Doug. We'll talk to you a little later on in the ball game. It is 1-0 Cubs at the end of 3.
Okay, guys.
Phillies nothing. Jose Quintana back to work in the 4th inning. And hey, we've got a Hall of Famer in our midst. Broadway Joe Namath has stopped by. Good friend of Joe Madden's. And thanks for dropping by here. Here, we'll turn up so you can hear me on this. Can you hear me now?
I can. Yeah,
How are you, Joe?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Threw out a first pitch tonight, and great to have you here at Wrigley Field. What do you think?
You know what? It was goosebump days for me, man. I promise you. First of all, I was across the street looking at the field from the hotel. I saw that statue out there, Mr. Banks, and so on the way in, had to visit with it. But Joe Madden, you guys know Joe now, and it's just a treat to be able to visit with him anytime.
So how did your relationship start? Because you're his hero, so from his point of view, it's pretty obvious how he would want to get to know you. But how'd you get to know Joe? You guys are Pennsylvania
Well,
guys.
At his invitation, about 5 years ago, we got together at a ball game, and we just hit it off. It was very comfortable. I certainly have a lot of respect for Joe and his history in the sport, and he's made me feel comfortable being around him.
So when Len introduced you, he said Broadway Joe, but could have been Michigan Avenue Joe.
Yeah.
Right? The Cubs made a pretty lucrative offer when you were coming out of high school.
They did. I had a $50,000 offer, And if it wasn't for my mother wanting one of her boys to go to college, you know, I would have played baseball. That was my first love.
Really?
Oh, yeah, man. I love baseball.
So you grew up in Pennsylvania. You're a Pirate fan, I guess?
I was a Pirate fan at that time. I used to go up there. My uncle took me up. My brothers took me up. I saw Stan the Man hit it over the wall. Every time I got in the batter's box, I'd be bobbing my head like Roberto Clemente. Good catch, yes. And catching everything like Roberto out there.
So where did you play?
Every position on the field, as well as catcher. I wasn't as good a pitcher, but we had pitchers on our team. And where do they put the sophomore player on the high school team?
Well,
right
for me,
field.
it was the JV team. But
Right field, and I was in heaven. Roberto Clemente, you know.
Yeah.
And I ended up staying in the outfield. I could run, I could throw, and I could hit, and I loved the game.
2 outs here in the 4th inning. Visiting with Joe Namath.
Well, Plan B worked out pretty good for you too.
Well, you guys know, you know, sometimes people think it's corny when you talk about the team effort, you know, the people you're around. I had 3 of the greatest coaches on each level: high school, college, Paul Bear Brown at Alabama, Weeb Eubank, and teammates. You know, I owned up sometimes, but without the rest of the gang, it's like life itself's a team effort.
1-1 the count on Williams. Make it 1-2.
Well, how'd they get you down to Alabama? I mean, Penn State must have been going nuts for you and all the teams in the Midwest.
Never heard of Penn State, never heard from Penn State. I liked Maryland. Tom Nugent was the coach at Maryland, and he's the one that put the I formation in, and he wanted to throw a lot. I wasn't smart enough to pass the college boards. Whenever I failed the boards the second time to get into Maryland, Coach Nugent called Coach Bryant at Alabama. Well, Coach Bryant had already coached 2 Western Pennsylvania quarterbacks that I didn't know of. One of them was George Blanda.
Okay.
And the other was Vito Babe Pirelli.
Okay.
So Coach Bryant knew about Western PA guys and gave me the chance.
2-2 swing and a miss. Quintana makes quick work of Williams. Joe, I know you got other people to visit. Thanks for just dropping by. Pleasure to meet you. It's an honor to have you here at Wrigley.
Thanks for having me. I promise you this is a topper to a great day for me.
1-0 Cubs. We'll be back. Terrace for just $10 for every regular season home game. Fans can register online for the chance to purchase up to 4 tickets. Registration opens 48 hours before the game, closes 24 hours prior to the scheduled first pitch. No fee to enter. For details, Cubs.com/1060 tickets. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
million things we could have asked him. But, yeah, the Cubs connection really, really fascinating.
And yeah, I think I believe I had read at one point a pretty good basketball player in high school too.
Sure he was.
Whatever, give him a ball, he's going to be good at it.
Yeah. 1-0 on the Rizzo homer. Balls, 2 strikes on Bryant.
We were talking earlier about hitters in their approach. Against Nola, he's got 3+ pitches and the ability to command them all. So you have to start to play some hunches here. I'd be surprised if Chris was 50-50 at least on curveball here on 2-2.
Got the curve. Took it for ball 3.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're sitting dead red there, you might get fooled. You might try to cheat and get fooled by that breaking pitch. So you have to respect his ability to spin it. You've seen enough quality curveballs already. That's just great work. Great at bat. A couple of teasers that he lays off to take the leadoff walk.
Rizzo. Safe to say Joe Madden was in heaven during batting practice, hanging out with his hero. And a ton of mutual respect between the two Joes.
Yeah, it's an interesting story with Namath. His mom, he said she wanted one of her boys to go to college. Otherwise, he probably would have taken the $50,000 offer from the Cubs out of high school. That's a lot of change back in the day.
Let's see outside.
That was before the draft.
Yeah, draft started 4 years later. Had their 4-game winning streak end last night. And start a new one tonight. Bryant takes off, hit and run as Rizzo bounces foul.
One of the things that makes Anthony so unique, your big slugger in the middle of the order, you can put a hit and run play on because he doesn't swing and miss that much. He certainly did not miss back in the second when he got the high fastball up and in a little bit and launched it.
Two and one on him here. You see Nola trying to work the edges. He's going to fire over to first. Want to send out congrats to Tony and Sarah Priolo and arrival of Tessa Daniela. Big Cup fans, congratulations. 2-1 to Rizzo. Another throw over. Outfield deep. Herrera really deep in center. Again, at the moment, the wind is not a factor. As Rizzo takes outside yet again, it's now 3-1. Very comfortable night, 68 degrees.
Well, decision time for Joe here. Do you start KB on 3-1?
There he goes. And he's safe, and it doesn't matter. And now Rizzo walks, and Bryant takes off for third because nobody was covering the bag. Excellent base running by Chris Bryant.
And he didn't get to steal a second because it was ball 4, but he steals third essentially. Catches the Phillies napping, and they didn't have coverage, one of the byproducts of the shift.
The pitch was low, but it looked pretty good.
Franco coming over there to cover the bag because of the shift, and great heads-up base running by Chris Bryant.
So they've got him at the corners with no outs for Contreras. That's got to sting even a little more for the Phillies, right? With the conversation about the shifting the other day. And the shift here cost them a base. And possibly a run.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you shift a lot and you do some unorthodox things like that, you've got to make sure you have meetings and say, look, we're going to be, covering this part of the diamond, and on a steal, if you have second base, somebody's got to have responsibility for scrambling over there. This is interesting because, you see the middle infielders are on the right side of the infield. The third baseman is right by the bag. So they decide to have him cover on the steal. And Bryant, wise to it, knows nobody's home over there at third base.
Chris did get credited with a steal of third.
He's reviewing his notes right now.
Double play depth on the infield. Ground ball, base hit. Here comes Bryant. It's 2-0. Contreras 2 for 2. Still no outs, and it's Kyle Schwarber. Now Rizzo at second base. Bottom of your screen. Contreras is at first. Home. And it misses, ball 1.
He gets a lot of ground balls with his changeup, and that's what he's hunting for there. Get Schwarber to roll over on that changeup, hit it on the ground to the right side. Shadow Contreras a little bit there to try to tighten him up a little bit so they can keep the double play in order.
Going into tonight, Aaron Nola over his last 30 starts, as he'll get a visit from pitching coach Rick Kranitz, former longtime Cubs coach. former Milwaukee pitching coach. Last 30 starts, a .267, 16-8 record, and a lot of innings pitched.
Yeah, he had a couple of real dominant stretches last year. He spent some time on the DL each of the last couple of years. That slowed his development a little bit. But when he first came into the league, there was a lot of buzz about this guy. It is surprising to see him take off the way he has. 12-game winner last year, 12-11 with a .354. He made 27 starts.
He's behind Schwarber. He's given up a run here in the inning. 2 men on, fouled away. Looking to get the sign. And it's 2-1.
You can understand why they were throwing those changeups down, looking for that ground ball. Schwarber's a good low ball hitter, though. If you're thinking punch out, most guys are going to try to elevate the fastball a couple of times against Schwarber. If you continue to feed him stuff down, you're asking for trouble. If you get it up just a little bit, get it up above the knees on the plate, you might be backing up a base.
Bounce outmade there. Throw doesn't matter. Boy, that Santana looked very hesitant.
He forgot Bryant had scored. He was looking home. He thought there was a potential play to be made at home, and there was nobody on third base. And that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, he had a play certainly on Contreras, but instead he went to first, then fired to second, which is a tag
and
play.
He's looking home there, and then he goes, wait, that's not an option because there's nobody on third base at the start of the play. Get caught a couple of times. So coverage with the shift on, vacating third base, and now Santana. But again, maybe not, but that's what it looked to me like. He was looking for a play at home.
I'm with you. Infield in. So it probably should be first and third. Instead, it's second and third. And the batter Baez swings and misses on a curveball. He reached on an error in the second.
Yeah, and if he immediately catches that ball and goes to second base, they probably get a 3-6-3 double play. Self-reporting.
Yeah, typically when he does, it's not a swing.
An NCAA basketball team, right? Reporting their own violations.
Well, this is second time they've had chances to have a big inning against Nola. They do lead 2-0, but they don't want to let him off the hook.
Well, Javi was up in a similar situation last night with a couple men in scoring position. Had a bad AB, went out of the zone. A couple wild swings.
Here comes a 1-1. Popped in the air to right. Drifting. Altair. He's got it. Both runners will tag. Rizzo scores. Contreras to third. And the National League RBI leader makes it 3-0.
Cash in both
46th RBI.
Cash in both those walks to start the inning. Bryant, really good at bat, and then Rizzo follows with the same to take the walks. They both come home. Breaking ball in the zone, a mistake there to Baez.
Mora will be intentionally walked, and they will face Jose Quintana, who is not yet in the on-deck circle. Here he comes. Well, another of Joe Madden's heroes sadly has passed away. Hall of Famer Red Schoendienst, who many viewed as Mr. Cardinal, has died. 95 years old, a fixture at Busch Stadium. 15 years total as a Cardinal over a couple of different stints. Managed them, was a 10-time All-Star.
Man, what a life well lived, man. 95 years for the redhead.
Debuted against the Cubs on April 17th, 1945. He was born in Germantown, Illinois.
Maybe as recently as last year, we would still see him in uniform on the field.
Yes.
Maybe a couple years ago.
Albert Fred Schoendienst. Germantown's about 40 miles east of St. Louis, downstate, as Lenore will steal second.
With Quintana hitting, they weren't going to defend that stolen base.
The count to Quintana. This will be a great time for his first hit of the year.
Yeah, well, it's the likelihood that he's going to dump one into the outfield is remote. They are really tightened up for him. As they should be. What's from there? Starts for Nola this year have been a bit of a breeze, but not tonight. It's really making him work.
He's run it full with Zobrist on deck. The 3-2, and he spoiled it. You pitchers, man, you got a big ovation for swinging late and dumping one into the net behind home plate.
Well, Q should be in straight 50-50 mode here, where there's a chance he's going to walk me, so I'm going to let this ball travel as far as possible. And if I see strike at the last minute, take an emergency hack.
Swing and a drive, and Nola makes the play. Well, it's kind of a moral victory to make contact.
Hey, man, throw a bunch of pitches anyway.
They did, yeah, and the Cubs scored twice, as we remember the late Red Schoendienst.
The production truck, just seeing the magic happen, just seeing everything work from beginning to end, it's amazing.
It is pretty remarkable how we get this all on air, isn't it? Katie, what about you?
Well, that was what I was going to say, but...
He took your answer.
Yeah, I mean, being up there with Len and JD was awesome. You can't beat that. Seeing everything they get to see, it's amazing.
You guys took some pictures, I'm hoping, for the scrapbook.
Yes, yeah.
But for anyone at home watching this that is like, hey, I want that same experience, tell us how you went through the process.
Well, we went online and submitted a little answer why we should be the authentic fans, and we actually submitted a photo from our wedding where we came out wearing Cubs jerseys, and our song we came out to was Go Cubs Go. So I guess that did it, but you know, that meant a lot to us. So.
Whose idea was that?
I think it was both of us. We saw the contest, and so we figured we might as well both just try and apply and see what happens. And
it was an awesome photo. You guys are tremendous authentic fans, and for any of you who want this same sort of treatment, you can enter to win at NBCSportsChicago.com/CubsAF.
Kelly, thank you. And if you want to really make it happen, when Kelly says, what's the favorite part, you say, Len and JD?
Yeah, you don't make
Kevin's, we like Kevin, but I think I like Katie a little better. To be honest.
Well, yeah, but if you break that segment down, Katie was going to say the visit to the truck as well, but since Kevin took that, she audible to
the
lady.
No, they were,
so we're going to have to step up our game up here. We're going to have to serve sandwiches or cookies for these folks when they come through.
They're being bribed in the production truck. No, it was great to meet both. Big Cub fans, and they're still newlyweds. Night out.
Yeah, in all seriousness, that is a really cool thing for a fan to be able to be in the truck and see how that operation works down there.
Franco rolls one right to Bryant. Well, you go back to the first inning, and you said it, 2 on, nobody out to start the game, and it felt like Quintana might be teetering a little bit. A couple of batters in, he has only allowed 1 hit and 1 base runner since.
Yeah, he's really flipped the script, because knowing that he's up against Nola, that was the fear. If you give up a crooked number early against him, you could be in deep trouble. Just the opposite now, as the Cubs have gotten to Nola a little bit, and Quintana has gotten on this roll. So they went walk, single, and then Kingery, the third hitter, came up and hit a rocket, but a line out to Bryant, and it was like a wake-up call to Quintana, or just a little nudge. He said, all right, enough of that, let's go. And he's been spot on pretty much ever since.
Jorge Alfaro. That's his strike. Got a birthday coming up here in a few days. Will turn 25. And this is a Colombian matchup. Both guys from Colombia. Alfaro got the largest signing bonus ever for a player from that country, from Texas, $1.3 million.
Saw the Phillies get off the team bus, you'd be able to identify the catcher. He's got that classic catcher's body.
A major league player with the most years of big league experience from Colombia. Any guesses?
Colombia.
There are 2 guys at the top
Edgar
of the
Renteria.
list. Edgar Renteria, number 1. Orlando Cabrera, right behind him. 16 and 15 big league seasons. Alfaro strikes out. You can follow our Cubs insiders on NBCSportsChicago.com, presented by nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvuk.com or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side.
7 strikeouts for Jose tonight. That matches his season high. He's done it on 3 previous occasions.
If he can get Nola, that'll be 15 out of 16 retired. Going back to the first inning.
Were able to get to Kyle Hendricks in the ball game last night, but overall they have struggled offensively for a good while now. Weekend set in San Francisco, they scored just 1 run in 3 ball games.
Sixth start as a Cub. Well, the lefty, and he just struck out Nola. Montana grooving with a 3-0 lead in the 5th.
Hashtag authentic fan, and you may be featured later in the broadcast.
Next time, JD.
Yeah.
You take it from Mr. Shanowski.
Yeah.
Here's what you have to say.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Mark. That's all you have to do.
Really?
Yeah. Be very popular on Twitter if you do it that way,
really?
even if you don't have any idea what that means. Dylan Cousins is now in the game. Do you have any idea what that means?
No idea.
Okay. That's all right.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Quote from a movie.
Oh, hi, Mark.
No. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
There you go. You got it.
What movie is that from?
Ask one of your daughters. I'm guessing they will know. Ben Zobrist takes ball 1.
My old partner Milo used to say, I haven't seen a movie since Gandhi.
1-1 on Zoe.
He's been feeding Zoe that backdoor curveball all night. And some good changeups too. He's punched out twice. You know, he's up there with a little extra determination. And he's got 2 strikes. Batting average sitting right at 300, 387 on base percentage, 453 slugging. Outstanding bounce back year for Zobrist. Injury issues last year, showing that he's got plenty left in the tank.
Yank foul, Will Venable just getting out of the way.
Hey, that's a reminder. Happy birthday, Max Venable, Will's dad, former big league outfielder, celebrating today.
Celebrating number 61. Pretty well hit, but Herrera will grab it.
How about the Yankees and the Jays? Nothing, top of the 10th in Toronto.
That was a Sonny Gray start tonight.
Sonny Gray and Sam Gaviglio. Sam went 7 scoreless. Gray 8 scoreless, allowing just 2 hits. And Gaviglio only gave up 3.
Strike called. Jason Hayward. Santana to the bag. Let's check in once again with Doug as Chris Bryant comes up.
Yeah, guys, we were just looking a little closer at Chris Bryant's performance and how he manufactured the run his last at bat. Look how he lays off these tough secondary pitches right after 2 fastballs in a row. Lays off the tough breaking ball, and then all of a sudden the changeup does not bite. And that really set the stage for what he does really well. Excellent base running. This is a heads-up play that only happens when you anticipate. You saw the shift. He knew nobody was covering. The hesitation on the Phillies' part gave him that running start, and he got him to third base. And against a guy like Nola, 90 feet is gold. You have to get that extra run pushed across, and he was able to score easily.
Good stuff, Doug. Foul strike on Chris Bryant. Bottom 5. Cubs lead 3-0. Time called. And the 0-1. Missed a little low. You didn't have those, at least a lot of those opportunities, right, with the shift. And you played to have a base completely unoccupied.
No, exactly. I mean, the shift has really changed how defense is set up, and also what you have to anticipate to cover bags. All of a sudden you have to remember, wait a minute, there's nobody there, and that's very different in this time of day. I mean, you see it a lot with someone like Chris Bryant, who's playing on the right side of the field. Infielders now have to be able to throw from very different positions. There's no standard throw once you have the shift, and then converting double play is also a new challenge. Bryant might be at second base. So these are differences now over the generations.
Well, and that particular play, it was interesting because they had Franco, unless it was a busted assignment to borrow from football, they had Franco covering the bag on the throw. So the only real option was the pitcher sprinting over to cover third base.
Right. Clearly there was some communication that did not happen beforehand to say, okay, in this particular case, you have to pick up and cover third base.
Fair ball. Scoop past Franco, kicks off the sidewall, and it's a double for Bryant. That was funky.
Yeah, there's not much going on down there that's going to throw that ball out in that direction, but this is a play, you know, Fenway Park, others that have an area that really juts out. Middle infielder, shortstop's got to be ready to react and go out and play a carom like that, or even off the wall in left field. Not sure exactly what that hit. Maybe the
you can hit one of the
doorways. Yeah.
In that area.
Yeah, the little guy's got it. Send Kelly down there to interview him. What'd you see, young man? Well, I was planning to step the other way.
Rizzo with a man in scoring position. He's really good in these spots. And he takes ball one. One run, a walk, and 2-run score.
Yeah, and guys, the one thing Rizzo is shown, especially with Nola's not really located his fastball well as he's done, most of the season. He hasn't been able to get that first pitch fastball, that fastball location. He's had to rely on secondary pitches much more to throw strikes, and that takes away the secondary to be his chase pitch or his pitch to get that strikeout. So he's now, because of that sort of load, the Cubs have made adjustments, and they've recognized, all right, he's not really locating his fastball. They're not biting as much on that secondary pitch.
One curve. And for a strike. Also looked like, that second at bat against Rizzo after he got beat. In the first at bat, he stayed away. And eventually walked him. 1-1, third time around.
Yeah, that's one of the challenges that the pitcher has to you have to recognize when you made a mistake in execution as opposed to decision making. The elevated fastball up and in, not a bad pitch if you execute the pitch. He had that ball drift out over the plate a little bit. Still was a pretty good pitch. Anthony had to go up and get it. But the smartest pitchers won't shelve it just because it got hit hard.
We don't have official word on Nick Williams as he was replaced by Cousins, but I wonder if it had to do with him ramming into the wall on the Contreras double back in the second.
Yeah, it looked like he was shaking his hand when he ran into the wall.
It was it Keon Broxton a couple years ago? Broke his wrist out there in a similar area. It's not easy, is it, Doug? You've got padding everywhere else in the big leagues, but not here.
No, and it was a little ill-advised too. He kind of blew a bubble before making that play too, or trying to make that play. So that's either a pretty amazing concentration or I'm missing something, but he paid the price.
Bounced up the middle right into the shift as play is made by Kingery. And that's it for the Cubs. They strand one. They lead 3-0 after 5 on a beautiful night at Wrigley Field.
An incredible moment here before this contest got underway as tight end of the Bears, Zach Miller, was out walking around the field and threw out the first pitch, which is really remarkable in a recovery that started 9 months ago with a season-ending gruesome injury. And you can see here that he just was enjoying the night and told me it has meant so much for what the Bears have done, offering him that 1-year contract and just getting the encouragement from the Cubs here tonight. Joe Madden, Joe Namath on the field, which was huge for him, guys. But this is just one step further in his recovery process that has already come such a long ways.
Yeah, quite a story. And as you said, a very devastating injury on a play we all thought was a touchdown. And next time it happens, it will be, but great perseverance. 2-0 on Cesar Hernandez. Here it comes. And missed again. It feels like it's one of these, it feels like games. It feels like it's 9-0, and it's not.
No, because they've been able to do damage against Nola when you knew that was going to be a tough assignment. And Quintana's been in the rocking chair for a while now, but things can flip in a hurry. And this is third time through the order. And it's the top of the order with Hernandez trying to set the table, and he's got to come back from 3-0. Try to guide that one and miss, and that will get the bullpen humming, I bet, if it isn't already.
Herrera hasn't been bothered by the lefty-lefty matchup. He's got 2 hits.
Last night, Hendricks went 5, Mazzoni 2, Rosario 2 to cover the 9 innings. So the guys that they normally use to protect leads are well rested after the off day Monday. And Steve Cishek starting to crank it up.
Herrera's 2 singles, the only 2 hits for the Phils so far. And look out as he topples to the dirt.
Breaking pitch that just got away from Quintana, and the walk followed by this is creating a summit beating at home plate. Or the pitcher's mound, excuse me. Herrera's lucky that ball didn't hit his bat. On July 6th, that would be 1 month from tonight, the Cubs are teaming up with Third Man Pressing to offer fans an exclusive vinyl record ticket package featuring a limited edition 7-inch vinyl with Eddie Vedder's All the Way and Steve Goodman's Go Cubs Go. For more details or to purchase tickets for this limited offer, visit cubs.com/vinyl.
And at first, the 1-0 pitch tapped foul.
Brewers lost.
Oh,
go ahead.
Check that. Go ahead.
I was just going to check what was going on in the division. The Brewers lost.
Yeah. Cubs could be within a game if they win this game tonight.
Probably what, May 15-ish, something like that, since they were within a game of the Brewers. Cardinals trail the Marlins 3-2 in the 5th.
Pirates have an 11-7 lead, 7th inning over the Dodgers. Both teams at 30 and 30. Dodgers playing really good baseball lately. They've won 14 of 18. The Pirates have lost 13 of 17.
The Cardinals lost their young phenom Alex Reyes. Made it back for what, 1 start?
1 start and lat surgery. Oh, foul. I'm not sure if it's the way the helmet's just big because he's got a lot of hair, but it looks like Herrera probably loses his helmet running maybe 1 out of every 4 times around the bases.
I had that hair, I'd show it off too.
Yeah, you kidding me? what an awkward swing on a pitch way out of the strike zone. So Quintana strikes out Herrera.
He's taking some ugly swings tonight. He also has 2 hits.
I always love the little pat on the back. Look at him next time.
Yeah.
Oh. You ever see a batter come back into the dugout and the teammates go, "What was that?"
At some point, somebody will say that to him. Normally not right after the fact.
You have to be encouraging to your teammates. Swing and a miss. And a changeup. Pitch Joe Madden really likes. Quintana doesn't throw it all that often. And 2-1.
Does not have a high ground ball rate. Otherwise, Kapler might think about a little hit and run here. In the game, I don't think Hugh had great feel for his changeup, but he's thrown a couple good ones in this sequence. Six shutout last time for Quintana, and scoreless baseball so far here tonight.
Two and 2 on Scott Kingery. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
3 changeups at least in that sequence.
So he's got at least 1 strikeout in every inning tonight. And he's got 10 in the ball game. Season high in strikeouts.
Career high is 13. He did it back in 2014 against the Twins.
12 strikeouts in his Cubs debut July 16th of last year at Baltimore. And 1 to Santana. I joked around with a Hendricks Santana matchup last night. Well, he's got Baez in the lineup tonight. There's a Marley as an umpire. Good rock and roll series. Nice play by Baez just to keep it out of center, because why not? And it's a hit for Santana. So 2 on, and that'll bring up Aaron Altair representing the tying run. That will be it for the starter. Saw Steve Cishek up. And that's who it'll be to face the right-handed hitting Altair. So Quintana will get a nice hand as he exits. 3-0 Cubs in the 6th. We'll be right back. Jose Quintana is the man tonight.
Yeah, a little wobbly first couple hitters, but settled in, punches out 10. Leaves with a couple of men on base, but so far so good for Quintana. 5 2/3, 3 hits, 2 walks.
Denny's Beverage Depot is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. And now it's time for the BioFreeze call to the pen, official external pain relief of the Chicago Cubs. Steve Cishek with 2 men on, facing Aaron Altair. Drive out in the deep center. Almora going after it. That ball is gone in the basket, and we're tied.
You've got to be kidding me. Precisely the reason you bring Cishek into this ball game is because he does not give up the long ball. You're protecting against worst case scenario, and that's exactly what happens. He had the 3rd longest homerless streak in baseball going prior to that swing of the bat. And just like that, all that good work from Quintana goes away. Altair, who had been really scuffling, takes a very aggressive swing at this first pitch slider. Wow, that is a big time hang with him for Quintana.
2 of those runs charged to Jose. So 3-3. In the 6th inning. Wow.
It had been 53 innings between home runs for Cishek.
This is Dylan Cousins, his first plate appearance of the set. Recently turned to 24. This is only his 5th major league plate appearance. He's 1 for 4. And the count is 2-2. 2nd round pick, 2012, out of Scottsdale, Arizona. At the inside corner.
Had come into this outing with 23 inherited runners and only 5 had scored.
Swing and a miss. That'll end the Phillies 6th, but Aaron Altair had a big series here at Wrigley last year. Just cranked a 3-run homer to tie it.
Offer for your next client, corporate, or family function, like an all-inclusive suite experience. Daily suite rentals are still available for select games throughout the season. For details, visit Cubs.com/premier.
So the Cubs are going to have to score some more in order to win this one tonight. They had what appeared to be a comfortable 3-0 lead. That was erased.
Yeah, well,
Aaron Altair home run.
Yeah, you mentioned it. It felt like a more comfortable lead than it actually was, and that proved to be the case. New life for Nola.
And you were right. I mean, that was the obvious move to make. That's what Cishek does best.
Yeah, you're protecting against worst case scenario there. Cishek's going to keep the ball in the ballpark. Nobody's perfect.
One strike on Contreras. Here's the pitch. Going outside. Wilson has had a big night already, a double and an RBI single.
Got a belated happy birthday shout out to Tyler Smith, who was here at the ballpark last night celebrating his birthday. Tyler, I hope you're watching tonight, and happy birthday.
Yeah, I think it's always better to wish someone a happy birthday when they're watching us live. That works out well.
Well, the celebration just continues.
Similar crowd to last night, 40,275. Ball and 2 strikes on Contreras. Pitch. Backed him off the plate. 2-2. He has run it full. Schwarber next. Leadoff walk.
To this stage of the game, and your team has just come back to tie it for you. There's a tendency to pitch away from contact. Incumbent on the Cubs hitters to be patient, take the walk if he's going to work out of the zone. Only the 3rd time this year that Nola has allowed as many as 3 runs in a ball game.
High for ball 1. Former Cub Tommy Hunter cranking it up. Sore left wrist is why Nick Williams had to leave. Time called before this next pitch.
Schwarber zone. Nationals won tonight. And they're back 10 games above 500, tied for first now in the NL East as the Braves lost 11-2 the Nationals over the Rays. Braves got beat by the Pods.
Padres have played some good ball here lately. They're close at first on a couple of these throws. In fact, the Phillies are going to ask their video room about this one. That was quick.
If you're looking to steal a base, and if the pitcher's fairly quick to home and the catcher can throw, and that certainly is the case with Alfaro, you have to be willing to put yourself in harm's way a little bit with your lead. If you're not looking to run, you don't have to be quite as aggressive.
Close, but just off the inside. 2-2 on Schwarber. Hernandez and Kingery both on the right side of the bag at second. And 2-2. On its way.
Spoiled a good one. Change up down below the knees. They would take a shot back upstairs. They started him with a high fastball. Low 3/4 arm slot, circle change up on the plate, diving down. That's off the plate. Pretty easy read for a hitter, but on the plate down below the knees, that's where you're going to get your swings and misses. And for Nola, a lot of ground balls.
Swing and a miss, strike three. So Nola gets Schwarber. And the batter is Baez. Reached on an error in the second, hit a sac fly in the fourth.
Six strikeouts for Nola. Last night the Cubs struck out just 3 times in that ball game and lost. And the irony is the other day in New York they struck out 24 times and won. It's a 14-inning ball game. Talk a lot about keeping away from the strikeouts, putting the ball in play. Well, last night it didn't really pay off.
Nola is making under $600,000 this season. He went into the year with just over 2 years of major league service time. And the earliest he can be a free agent is prior to 2022. On the ground to the shortstop, Kingery. They get one. They can't get two. Baez a little late out of the box because he broke his bat. The barrel ended up back near the backstop, and then he tossed the handle away, as you'll see right there. And he did beat the throw. It's good multitasking. And he's still alive for Almora.
Tommy La Stella out on deck to pinch hit should the inning continue beyond Albert. Coming into this start, the OPS against Nola 521, lowest in the National League. second best in Major League Baseball, trailing only Verlander.
So you're seeing some of the Phillies moves, and it's not all about Aaron Nola, but we talked about it when Jake Arrieta was nearing free agency, that there was a larger Cubs window, but also a smaller window with Jake still in the mix. And the Phillies, well, the clock is ticking on a guy like Nola. Baez just got the biggest jump you'll ever see and easily steals second base.
Plays the game with a sense of daring. He anticipated first move there, so maybe a little bit luck, maybe just great instincts again. But watch this. He's long gone before Nola starts his delivery.
Goes into second. He's got his 9th steal of the year, and he's in scoring position. All right, so the clock's ticking on Nola, who has a chance to be an elite National League starter for several years. They go out, they sign Carlos Santana to play first base. They bring in Arrieta. They really stepped on the accelerator, and it is paying off here through the first couple of months. They're very much in the playoff mix.
I think they felt like, the deal they made, the Cole Hamels deal they made with the Rangers a couple years ago, brought back some really good prospects. So I think they felt like they had a pretty good core. With that deal, the kids that they drafted, signed, and developed through their system. So I think they felt like they had a good group. And the question was, when would it start to mature and come together? And maybe a little bit sooner than even they anticipated.
Comparing a starting pitcher to a garage door opener, but I got a new one recently, and the guy who installed it gave us you can open and close this door 10,000 times before this will wear out. And so I'm already thinking about conserving the times I open and close the door. And with a starting pitcher, once that service time clock like Nola, you start thinking about it. Right?
Well, or even the health of a starting pitcher. It's a great comparison.
Knocked down Franco, and he makes the play. That is the weirdest analogy I'll ever make, but it made some sort of sense.
Yeah, pitcher's only got so many opening and closings in him.
Right. 3-3 after 6.
Skaggs. Don't miss out on Jimmy's only Chicago appearance of the summer. Get your tickets now at Cubs.com/concerts. Why is there a dinosaur on the field?
Ball one on J.P. Crawford. He just came off the DL. And he's batting for Franco. An elbow issue. Reese Hoskins is on the DL. Nick Williams left the game early tonight with a sore wrist. But if Crawford grabs a lot of time at short, that means Gabe Kapler's got to find another spot for Scott Kingery, who can play a lot of different positions. These are good problems to have, of course. But it is a problem when you have a kid like Kingery because of his youth. He cannot not start. And he's got to probably play. He's going to start 4 or 5 times a week. Three and two.
And always a challenge when you're trying to develop and be competitive at the same time. So you got to put your best guys out there, but you got to make sure your young players get the proper seasoning.
Ball strike 3. Bring up the catcher, Alfaro.
It's interesting. So you hit for Franco there, and the side winding right-hander. You understand that he'd want a left-handed bat in there to try to start this 7th inning. But Cousins had to come into the game because of the injury to Williams. So now he's got just 2 guys on the bench. And they both switch hitters, which helps. But it's tie game.
Yeah, he's got Jesmuel Valentin on deck. Switch hitter. Yeah, so he'll only have the backup Andrew Knapp, the catcher, available once Valentin hits. On the ground, snagged by Zobrist. Nicely done by Ben Zobrist.
Well, we mentioned Zoe earlier and the good numbers he's putting up offensively, and here he flashes a little leather. He's not yet committed an error this year. So here's Valentin.
He is the son of former major leaguer Jose Valentin. Pop fly, foul territory, and no play for Baez tonight. That's right in that area. He made that great catch last night.
Those people were getting after it down there. Major League Baseball, that's white gold. Here, how about this play last night from Javi? Very windy here last night. Such an awkward play because of the height of that wall. Makes the catch and then gets up to avoid the worst of it, but flips into the stands anyway.
Valentin is 24 from Puerto Rico. Takes a strike and a slider. Two for 16 so far in the big leagues. His dad had some pop.
Pop had pop.
Yeah, 249 career home runs. Swing and a miss. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It is brought to you by St. Xavier University with the Millers.
Conductors for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, accompanied by his son Cashton, Bears tight end Zach Miller.
Hey man, you got anything to say to our lovely friends in Chicago?
Yeah.
What do you want to tell them?
We love you.
Ah, yeah. We certainly do love you guys. I appreciate all your support. Let's get it on this. Hey, Gary, you ready? A 1, a 2, and a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's hit the
teams looking at a 3-3 tie, 7th inning.
I want to know the 450, 17 appearances for the veteran right-hander.
Texas, Baltimore, the Cubs, Cleveland, Baltimore again, Tampa Bay, and now the Phillies. Crawford stays in, plays third. Hunter, an Indianapolis native, and went to the University of Alabama. Tommy LaStella fouls away.
Well, if you got a chance to talk to Joe Namath tonight.
Yeah.
Crimson Tide stories. Hunter broke in with the Rangers back in '08, so he's been around a long time, but he's just a puppy then. He's only 31. It's 19 times for the Cubs in 2015. 16 he returned to Baltimore.
They're still playing,
if I remember.
Yeah, they're still playing in Toronto. 0-0, bottom of the 12th. Yankees and the Jays. In fact, they're going to go to the 13th.
I want to say the longest 1-0 game in history was 26 innings.
Okay.
Something like that. So they've got a ways to go. And I'm hoping they get there.
Costello staying in there. 1-2 to count on him. 97 miles an hour. Big Tommy Hunter. 6'3", 250.
Feeling Hunter could throw him that pitch 10 times, and each time Tommy would poke it foul. So who's gonna give in here and change their approach? Is Tommy going to cheat on one, or is Hunter going to come off that fastball?
Tommy versus Tommy. The battle of the rock operas.
Cutter that time. Time to rub up the baseball and contemplate.
Pitch number 10. Got him that time. Good battle and by the pitcher.
Tommy La Stella doesn't strike out all that often. It usually takes a really good pitch to get him, and Hunter delivered one.
Ball one to Zobrist.
Hunter tried the backdoor curveball that was so effective for Nola against Ben. Look at the breakdown on Zobrist. He's hitting for a high average on fastballs. He handles velocity, handles the ball up, so he's seeing a lot of spin and soft stuff tonight.
Couple of Cubs minor league notes. Vladimir Galindo for a 3-run homer, and Alex Lang 6 shutout frames as the Cubs High A affiliate Myrtle Beach beat Buies Creek 4-3 tonight. And the Cubs first round pick on the ground to Cesar Hernandez makes the play.
On a piece of Cubs history, as part of the Cubs' ongoing effort to restore and modernize Wrigley Field, several sections of seats have been or will be removed. These seats are now available to purchase in sets of 2. Visit Cubs.com/seat sale for more information.
Victor Caratini, bases loaded single in the bottom of the 9th as the AAA Cubs beat Albuquerque 4-3. The Cubs adding to their system with 42 selections during the 3-day draft. So Theo Epstein and Jed Hoyer came up for air finally today. After 40 rounds of picks. Draft led by Jason McLeod. Which feel good, as most teams do. After the draft, 18 pitchers, 3 catchers, 11 outfielders, and 10 infielders. Hey, it's John Cusack. And Joan, his sister. Good to see the Cusacks here. Post-game live, JD will break down the statistics of every draft pick for the Cubs. Join us for a 4-hour special. I'm kidding.
Kid's got a lot of heart, and let's go to Mel Kiper.
3-3 after 7.
Continue to have fun with our authentic fan night here in the concourse just outside of Gallagher Way. We pass these out, these cheer cards, every authentic fan night we have, but tonight, really cool artwork. On the back of this is an original piece by Dan Duffy. And guys, every single Cub who's ever played in the organization from 1876 to 2016, his name is in here somewhere. I mean, you could spend hours just trying to find your favorite player, the guy your dad used to talk about. And Dan Duffy does a number of pieces similar to this in other sports as well. And you can find those at artofwords.com. All that information on the back side of these cheer cards. And certainly a cool little piece of work that you could put in your office if you wanted to. I don't know, I might stay out here, guys, and just look at this a little longer.
Thank you, Kelly. The one name I saw as we had a close-up, as Kelly was talking about it, Dave Sapelt. So your job, and we have a couple of these, is to find Ron Coomer's name on that artwork.
Okay.
Justin Wilson against Cesar Hernandez.
Jeff Baker.
And he went. Strike three.
A whole lot of that tonight from Cubs pitching. That's the 14th Philly to punch out tonight. 2 pair for Hernandez, a couple of walks, a couple of punch outs.
The wind is now blowing in a little bit. We're starting to feel a small cool breeze. And it feels good.
Cishek, an inning and a third to hit a run, and of course the home run that allowed the 2 inherited runners to score as well. No walks, 3 strikeouts. So after the home run, he really threw the ball well. But the key blow in this game.
Well, tonight, Herrera going after that high one quite a bit. And they're going up there again. It wasn't quite where Contreras wanted it, but it worked.
He's been able to get away with a lot of fastballs in the zone. He's got really good life on his 4-seam fastball. Gets a lot of swing through, weak contact pop-ups.
Sharply hit grounder. Loved by Baez. Aaron Judge just hit a 2-run homer, his 17th. And the Yankees lead at Toronto 2-0 in the top of the 13th. The Mets lost again. They didn't score. Shut out 1-0 by the Orioles. So the Mets have now lost 13 out of 16.
Yeah, they're not scoring many points. Dylan Bundy got the win for Baltimore. Familia lost it. Orioles scored 1 in the top of the 8th. That was it.
Giants are back to 500. Comeback win. 2 in the 9th. They send it to extras. 1 in the 10th to beat Arizona 5-4. It was Alan Hansen, a pinch hit, 2 out. 2-run homer off Brad Boxberger to get that game into extras. He hits it hard. He hits it deep.
Things are trending in the right direction for the Giants. They just got Madison Bumgarner off the DL yesterday. And what is now a very tightly bunched NL West. Even the Pods are in the mix. 5.5 back in last place entering play tonight.
And they won, right? So they're 4.5 out.
Wacky West.
They beat Atlanta 3-1.
Rockies with a win would tie the Diamondbacks atop the division, and they lead the Reds 6-3, bottom of the 9th in Cincinnati.
That is ball 4 to Kingery. We'll bring up Santana. down the middle, 96 for a strike. Pedro Strop in the Cubs bullpen. Ground ball to third. Bryant up with it. Lots of time, and that's it for the Phillies against Justin Wilson. Bottom of the 8th. Cubs 3, Phillies 3. Delivers an all-new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more at rbigame.com. Rated E for everyone. That's how you do it.
Oh, hi, Mark. Sir Anthony is
Hi,
in.
Sir Anthony.
I dub thee really good. 12 games, a 0 ERA, 16 strikeouts against no walks, and 14 2/3. He can hit triple digits with his heater.
Strike one on Bryant.
Low 3/4, sling it up there, 99 with a little cutting action right there.
Just trying to break the longest home run drought of his career. Over 80 at bats. Foul, nice play. Ooh, half a play. Knock it down, Butter.
Probably not taking any grief from the Cubs dugout.
One and two to Bryant. Fly ball, right field, and it's all tear for the out. Hefty home run time. Anthony Rizzo walloped one to lead off the second inning.
Anthony now has 9, and as we mentioned at the time, it's the first one allowed by Nola to a left-handed batter this year. Nola went 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs. They were earned. He walked 4, struck out 6. Jose Quintana tonight, 5 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts. Lowered his ERA a little bit from 4.30 to 4.20.
Left field. Cousins. Red Sox pounded Detroit at Fenway 7-1. Eduardo Rodriguez on his 7th win. And Attendee and Vasquez homered for the Red Sox. Xander Bogaerts had 3 hits. A strike to Contreras.
Three reaches tonight for Wilson. Double single walk.
Top 2 teams right now in the major leagues in terms of winning percentage, and they're running away with it, are the Red Sox and the Yankees. Red Sox a 1.5 games up on New York, but the Yanks have a 3-0 lead in the 13th in Toronto.
Yeah, 2-horse race in the AL East. Everybody else at least 13 games behind the Red Sox starting play tonight. Self-reporter. You call that the Valbuena.
Now what if a batter appeals and the catcher says, I don't want him to?
Well, normally the first base umpire won't respond to the batter, right? It's not until the home plate umpire says, let's go ahead and check it.
The wind and the 1-2 pitch way outside.
It's an unbalanced bullpen for the Phillies. They have 7 righties out there and 1 lefty. Adam Morgan, the left-hander. Victor Neris is the guy who has a little bit of experience as a closer, but Gabe Kapler said he hasn't named a closer. He'll play the matchup game. He'll play the hot hand. He doesn't want to be pinned in. Nobody puts Gaby in the corner.
You say baby or Gaby?
Baby.
So Dominguez continues to dominate as he begins his big league career, and we go to the 9th, still tied at 3. at Wrigley Field for our next Cubs Authentic Fan Night. The Cubs will host the Tigers. Visit the Authentic Fan booth inside the Gallagher Way gate. Grab free sunglasses while supplies last. Brandon Morrow will pitch. Gonna save a tie.
Sparkling numbers so far for Brandon, 14 out of 15 in save opportunities. This obviously is not one of them. An 0.89 ERA. Limited damage. A lot of punch outs.
Ground ball into center field, and Altair tied the game in the 6th with a big home run. A leadoff single in the night.
Well, not a bad idea to go up there looking to swing early, because Morrow's generally very aggressive attacking the strike zone.
Cousins joined the roster when Rhys Hoskins went to the DL recently. Hoskins has a broken jaw. He fouled a ball off his face. That does not sound like fun.
Stayed in the game, didn't he, after that happened?
I think he might have, yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike.
There's the Smith brothers. Ready out there in the pen.
Guys who look like that at the ballpark once, and he said, "Hey Arnie, who are those guys?" ZZ Top. Look like they should be selling cough drops. That is trouble, and it's gone. Dylan Cousins,
wow,
with his first major league home run against Brandon Morrow, another guy who had a long homerless streak.
The longest. He had the longest active homerless streak in Major League Baseball. So we've seen number 1 and number 3 go down tonight. Very improbable, crazy night. His first, Cishek gives one up, and now Morrow on a fastball down, but middle down. And Cousins, a big, strong kid, able to lift it. Well, here's your launch angle for you.
He should be very proud of that home run. An opposite field blast at Wrigley Field off one of the toughest in the league. Brandon Morrow. Swing and a miss by Crawford. Wow. 5-3 Phillies on a couple of home runs tonight. Off what had been a very stingy Cubs bullpen.
It's his first career home run, correct? He just had a handful of at-bats.
It was his 6th career plate appearance. Strike 3.
This is a low fastball, middle of the plate. Wind neutral here tonight. Not going to knock anything down. Not going to help it either. Just a strong kid. A hard line drive the other way, just enough. 370. to give the Phillies the lead. Battle of the bullpen this year, and with the Cubs pen you feel an advantage Cubs, but tonight that has not been the story.
And a strike on Alfaro. Make it 0-2. Brandon Morrow without a decision so far. 14 out of 15 in save chances.
And for Brandon, excuse me, it was 71. Excuse me again, 71 consecutive innings without allowing a home run until that one.
Alfaro just got a piece of it to stay alive. Well, I was just going to ask, would Kapler use Dominguez to try to finish this game out? And he's on deck. And why not? He's only got Andrew Knapp available to hit anyway. Previous pitch called a foul ball. Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Barely, if he did. Ooh, that had to hurt. 96.
You can see it coming. Contreras setting up inside, and Morrow gets such good movement on his fastball. They're four-seam fastballs, which usually doesn't have this kind of action, but his do. He gets a lot of run, and dots him up pretty good.
Dominguez will hit, and this is his first career plate appearance.
Looks like they're not even going to ask him to try to get a bunt down for fear that that might go sideways on him. They're just going to have him stand up there and take some pitches, I'm guessing.
And we might get Morrow out of here. Due to a pitch count. Don't want to have him throw 30 pitches tonight.
Yeah, it's one thing if you're trying to preserve a W and you extend your closer, but when you've given up the lead and you're falling behind, you start thinking about tomorrow night.
Dominguez just saw his battery mate get hit. He looks like he wants no part
of
a Brandon Morrow fastball.
All of a sudden Brandon can't find the strike zone.
The pitcher. And Joe making sure Mazzoni is ready. So we'll have a pitching change, 9th inning. Phillies lead 5-3. And we'll be right back. His 5th appearance. Working in relief of Brandon Morrow tonight.
Fastball slider for Mazzoni. So far he's performed well, albeit limited work. Sub-2 ERA going down at the AAA Iowa.
Pitcher jacket alert at first base. A somewhat cool evening. Not nearly as cold as it was last night. Outside for a ball. And it's 1-1.
See, that's another reason we cannot adopt the designated hitter in the National League. You never see that again.
Well, you could grandfather in the jacket. I don't know why any player couldn't wear one. He went, and it's 1-2. Although some guys might want to wear the jacket while batting. Looks like that jacket might be a size too big. Two and two.
That's how the pitchers are wearing them these days. All the kids are doing it.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Look at a full house for Hernandez. Strikeouts over walks. Schwarber, Baez, Almora due in the bottom of the 9th.
See, I wouldn't wear the jacket. Because my OCD would kick in. I wouldn't want dirt stains on it, so I wouldn't slide. I feel like you can.
Oh, he's not going to slide.
You can get your uniform dirty, but a jacket, a nice, beautiful, big league jacket, you can't go head first with that on.
No, but it's a game of statistics, and the likelihood that he would slide, 0.00007%.
Well, you've just clinched the fact he's going to do it.
Well, not head first, though.
Fly ball to left. Schwarber back on it, and he'll make the play. 2-run homer. Dylan Cousins, the first of his big league career, and the Phillies lead by 2 in the 9th. As the Cubs now find themselves trailing for the first time tonight. They're facing Sir Anthony Dominguez, 23 years old. Less than a month ago made his major league debut, and he has come out of the gate really strong. A 1-2-3-8 tonight. This is only his 13th appearance, but 15 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no walks, 16 strikeouts.
Yeah, and obviously Gabe Kapler gaining trust in his young right-hander. He's picked up a couple of saves already this year. This obviously is an opportunity to pick up a W tonight. He's got to go through the Cubs here in the bottom half of the ninth.
Underway here in the bottom of the ninth. Ball 1 on Kyle Schwarber. Need a base runner.
Yeah, bloop and a blast will get the job done. Walk will be just fine. Just maybe a little extra amped up here. He's firing with first 2. Down a run, you're looking to swing here. Down 2, you're probably going to take one.
Ball 3. Well, the tying run will come up. He finally walked somebody.
Yeah, and the look of that walk has got to be concerning to Gabe Kapler. And not really close there. Now he's really in a bind where he's probably going to have to throw strikes to Baez, and that's a very dangerous proposition. For some big swings.
Hit it foul.
That was a mistake. You know, in the game last night, he made a couple mistakes with his slider in the zone, got away with them. That's kind of sweet spot for Javi, that backup slider up in the zone.
One and one.
He's 14 home runs, leads the club, tied for third best in the National League.
Outside for a ball, 100 miles an hour. Two and one on Baez. Oh. Now 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. That's the first out.
Best pitch of the sequence gets the job done. Slider off the plate. A couple pitches to hit, just missed that one hanging slider.
Almora batting eighth tonight. Reached on an intentional walk in the fourth and stole a base.
One of the key plays in this game, way back in the bottom of the second, the Cubs had one in already, runners on first and third, and he had a rocket back through the middle, and Aaron Nola was able to get his glove on it, and it turned into a 1-6-4-3 inning-ending double play.
Kick and the 0-1 dropped by the catcher Alfaro, and now Schwarber thought about heading to second, and for some reason Alfaro threw it. It isn't a huge play, but it does take away the double play opportunity.
Yeah, so you never know how this inning is going to transpire. First he clanks it. Ill-advised throw. Santana probably should have been able to knock that one down, though, and keep it in front of him. So, taking the blame, but Santana didn't bail him out either. But that could be huge with the double play opportunity gone. Ian Happ out on deck, a guy with plenty of power. He's going to get a shot here.
1-1 to Albert. Ian Happ on deck. Hit center field. Schwarber will advance one. And they're on the corners.
Pressure busts a pipe. Leadoff walk. Creates an opportunity.
Gabe Kapler's heading out. And he's making the call. He wants a lefty. That is Adam Morgan. Don't go anywhere. First and third. One out. 5-3 Phillies, ninth inning. starter. He has pitched out of the bullpen, though, the last 2 seasons, putting together a fine start here in 2018.
Yeah, like a lot of guys with the move to the bullpen, he's exhibited increased velocity, fastball averaging 94 miles per hour. 3 years back as a starter, he was 89-90. Throws a lot of sliders. Also has a curveball and a changeup, so he brings that starting pitcher's repertoire to the bullpen with him. He still uses all of his pitches.
Another University of Alabama alum, and he turns around Happ, who will hit from the right side. Schwarber at third, Almora at first. 2-run ball game, 9th inning. Outside, ball 1.
Down with the walk-off home run.
Yeah, again, wind not blowing. Should not be an impediment.
What happens when you try to overthrow a curveball?
Numbers are pretty similar for Ian so far this year, right left. Biggest difference, less power, right-handed. Slugging about 70 points lower on the right side. The 2-0. Foul back to make it 2-1. He only hit .226 in May. 60 points off what he did in April, but his on-base percentage was way higher because he walked a ton.
Adam Morgan does not have a professional save at any level. Good take.
Another switch hitter on deck.
Hitters count. Cub fans on their feet here at Wrigley. Looking for some magic.
Bases loaded for Zobrist. So the tying runs in scoring position with 1 out. First pitch strike. Ben is nothing out of 4. Good numbers in his career with the bases loaded. Swing and a miss.
Let up. You got a good changeup when you get a swing and miss. When it's elevated like that, it stays in the zone and still able to fool Zobrist.
He's done all right right-handed, better left-handed so far this season. 0-2 Tapper. They'll get 1 and that'll be it. And Alfaro, I think, because of that earlier throw, decided to make the right decision. He didn't really have a play on Zobrist, but I think his thought was, if I fire this into right, we're tied.
Yeah, it's a time where you want to be greedy to try to make a play to end the ball game, but you got to be smart about it. And it looked like Schwarber had thoughts about trying to take him out too, but you know, with the Rizzo play in Pittsburgh,
good point,
in the rearview mirror not too long ago, he decided not to.
That is an excellent point.
Yeah, it looked like he was kind of veering towards him and then thought better of it.
That's the last thing you would want is a game to end on a play like that.
Yeah.
So it's Hayward with the bases still loaded, but 2 outs.
And that's the thing with the ruling having come down from the league office the day after that Anthony should have been ruled out as a base runner. Now you have to be mindful of that.
The kick and the pitch. What a snag there by Alfaro. We assume Russell's not available due to the finger issue. Happ and LaStella have been used. Chris Jimenez, the only available position player on the bench. Hayward hitting just 139 against lefties.
This will be Morgan's last man. He'll either finish this ball game right now or somebody else will come in for KB if Hayward can keep things alive.
2 balls, no strikes. Pitch. 2-1.
Ooh, 97. Some adrenaline at play here tonight for Morgan. Deep in the corners in the outfield, but Herrera fairly shallow in center. Ball gets over his head. Cubs win.
Cubs led this game 3-0. The Phillies with 2 big home runs. Altair 3-run shot to tie it in the 6th. Cousins 2-run blast here in the 9th. Cubs have the bases loaded with 2 outs. And a 2-2 count on Hayward.
Cubs scored 2 runs in the 4th. After Bryant and Rizzo both walked to start that inning. They've walked twice here in the 9th. They take advantage yet again. Whatever it takes.
Now ready. The 2-2 pitch. There's a drive deep right. Cubs win. Cubs win on a grand slam by Hayward.
I guess he hit it over Herrera's head. How sweet does that feel for Jason Hayward? Pile on, boys! Wow.
Can you believe that? Hitting 139 against lefties.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of improbable here tonight with Cishek and Morrow both giving up home runs. Now Jason Hayward unloads. It's our Ford home run replay. A grand slam to end the ball game. Just his third home run of the year, and no doubt about it.
That was fun.
Wow, Cubs beat the Phillies 7-5. They're only a game back in the division. They're a game up in the loss column. And Kelly Krall is on the field. It's our On the Diamond interview presented by James & Sons Fine Jewelers.
Guys, thanks a lot. Wow, Jason, this is the first walk-off of the season for you guys, and what does it feel like for you?
Sorry, you gotta say that one more time. Sorry, Kelly, one more time. Watch out.
That was sweet. You tried to warn me. I really appreciate it. But walk us through that at bat, Jason, and how do you feel right now?
It's good that we won, man. Good that we won. It's nice to get rewarded as a group. We've been grinding all year. It's the way this game goes when you play good teams. Teams get out to play us. It's awesome. It's nice to do it in front of these fans.
For you in particular, in that at-bat, you're sitting there 2-2. You've watched how things have unfolded. What are you trying to do?
Man, I'm trying to relax and keep it simple as possible. I know if he makes his pitch, he's going to make his pitch. He's got good stuff. And hopefully get a mistake and not try and do too much with it.
I heard Anthony Rizzo come up and say something about right before that pitch, but I couldn't hear the rest of it. What did he say?
He said right before that pitch, he said, how about a grand slam right here? So he returned the favor because before he hit his home run, I said he's going to go deep right here, so it works out.
All right, well, Jason, go ahead, enjoy this one. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Kelly, appreciate it.
Guys.
Kelly, thank you. Jason receives a $500 gift card from James & Sons Fine Jewelers. Wow. Just all I could say. For JD, for Kelly, for Doug, our entire NBC Sports Chicago crew. Here at Wrigley Field, Len Casper with your final score. The Cubs 7, the Phillies 5. Join us again tomorrow, 12:30 for our pregame coverage. Series finale. It'll be the rubber game. Phillies and the Cubs coming up next from the ballpark, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Post-game live. Thanks to all of you for sending in your wonderful pictures tonight. And one last look at the final pitch of the ball game tonight.